I can only just hear you. But...
I would like to ask you, could you explain how the illusion of me appears, and probably we all taking the me as real, as the reality.
Well, it's never real, but
it seems to be real.
The brain, apparently the brain has developed in a human form to the extent that it becomes sophisticated enough, or part of it becomes sophisticated enough to see through the eyes of that, or to see through from the body, that what it sees as the world outside is a separate world. And because it's separate, the brain feels that it's threatening. So it then constructs an artificial energy in it, which becomes me, or the self. So me, or the self, is an artificial construct in the body. But that artificial construct can only exist in a separate reality. So it takes on a sense of separation throughout the body. The whole sense of separation is cellular. So that comes and goes, but it comes out of the assumed wrongly assumed sense that the world is separate. So me is an instrument that the brain constructs to deal with what it assumes is a separate world. And therefore the me lives in the dream of being a separate, self-autonomous energy which has the free will and choice to make its story one thing or another. And it lives in the illusion that it is real, and that its life is real, and that time is real, and that the world outside is an objective world. So it lives in a subject-object reality. It's a dream. Apparently.
And can you say that the death of the body is the end of the?
No.
It is the end of the illusion of?
Well, the death of the body is the end of the functioning of maintaining a separate illusion. But let's be clear about this. There never was a me, or it's a dream. So in liberation in the living body, there's a recognition at the point of the end of the family that there never was a me, and there never was real time, real choice.
I think after liberation there is no more such thing as motivation.
Not in that sense, but there is spontaneous creativity, and there's no bodies.
I wonder what would happen to things like, before liberation seemed inconvenience, like being postponed or evaded, like doing your tax declaration. That's something
right.
No,
after liberation you don't pay tax. If the tax man asks you, you just say there's no one here. No, everything goes on. Don't forget the body, this body has characteristics built into it, DNA and cellular. So there's a basic characteristic in the body, sound of the voice, the way it responds in the world, which doesn't need a me. That simply carries on. And anything, in terms of anything creative, that can carry on. But there's no longer a me trying to influence it or change it. It's a free floating creation.
Is there anyone who could witness waking up from the illusion of me?
No, of course not.
Separation?
No, of course not. It can't be, no.
No witness?
No, there's no witness, because essentially the witness or the knowing or the awareness is only part of the dream. When the dreamer dies, awareness or witnessing or knowing die with it in that sense. I mean, obviously information is known after liberation, like where London is, but as far as the knowing of the self is concerned, that collapses with the self, with the illusion of self. But there's nothing that knows that. So after that, when the me collapses, all that's left is unknown.
So it is all one package. Awareness, me, dreamer, witness.
It's a package. It's an illusory package.
The immortal soul,
Sorry?
but the immortal soul,
No, that also
there's
is
no immortal soul.
So the soul
Yeah.
is part of the package of
The
the
package.
dream of the me.
Okay.
After when that collapses, so does the idea of there being a soul or immortality.
Okay.
Also, there's no such thing as immortality
Okay.
because there's no such thing as time, real time. There's no real time, so there's no real immortality or karma or reincarnation. All those things collapse. They're just the dream of me trying to make it world. So.
I was just wondering if you said that the scientists discovered that the brain develops the me over the time. So I wonder if they discovered a certain place in the brain where the me
It's possible. But the brain is 11 bundles at the moment. There might be 12 later on. The neuroscientists established 12. They can say that the brain is 11 bundles of different energy. And one of those bundles takes on the task of creating or constructing an artificial me. Other parts of other bundles come into that as well, like memory and all that, try and make the me think that there is memory and there is such a part. But it's possible one day that neuroscientists can discover where me is constructed and put a little thing in and make it different.
That's what I was.
You said earlier there is no weakness.
Only in the dream.
But you still are in the dream.
For you I am, I'm not. There isn't anyone here to be in the dream. Don't forget the dream is only the me dream. The only dreamer there is me. The dream is, it's a self and there are other selves in the room. So the me would see this as another self. Here there is nothing. There is no centre, there's no self. So this doesn't see that as a self. That's just a body. There isn't anyone in there. Yeah?
So do you have memory from...
No, I don't have memory, but memory is in it. Memory still arises. There can be a memory of having breakfast, but it's not having breakfast, it's a memory of having breakfast, so it's what is. The memory of having breakfast is what is, and it's not.
Still happening, but the sense of me having breakfast, that's what's...
Oh no,
Oh.
no, that me never had breakfast. There's no me, it's just having breakfast.
If there's no me, there's no regret. So
No,
you could write
because
for
there's no
us.
story, because in a sense there's no story. There's still, the story still seems to happen, it's an appearance, but it's now an appearance as far as this is concerned. The story, the scene story, is only now an appearance. And because there's no one in it, why would there be anything to regret?
Right. Imagine a scenario, you're trying to catch a bus, you run for the bus, you miss it, you wouldn't then feel anything, you just didn't want to miss the bus.
Probably, but I don't get buses anymore. Because
Well, whatever.
I'm so high, I'm flown around.
Something
Not really, no.
So,
It's just
in Spanish, you don't care.
But it's a bit also to be possible for the thought to arise, I should have left 5 minutes earlier.
Yes, that's possible. Yeah. But so what?
Liberations will happen gradually or?
No, I had what's called a glimpse when I was a bit younger. A glimpse, like I was a seeker, and then there was nothing but everything. And then I came out the other side wondering what that was, and somehow recognising that it was the most amazing thing there could ever be. And then looking for that, then spending a lot of time trying to look for that, or trying to make myself worthy of it, so that it would then happen like all seekers do. And then later on, so there was a dancing in and out of that me and being. And then later on, the me that was never there, the whole the sense of me just collapsed. But the final thing is not in time, because it's a finite thing that suddenly isn't there, so all that's left is the infinite. So the final thing is not in time. And of course, what seemed to happen before doesn't really happen. It does happen now. A script of something that isn't real.
Nothing being everything. Could it be called consciousness?
Well, not as far as I'm concerned, because consciousness is a function of knowing. So nothing and everything doesn't need to know that it's nothing and everything, it just is nothing and everything. Everything doesn't need to know that it's everything, it just is everything. If it needs to know it's everything, it would need to step outside of itself and know that it is everything. It's like the direct approach thing. What is it that's going to step outside what is and know what is, or approach what is? The very sense of stepping outside what is also what is. But back to this mystery that can't be comprehended and can't be known, and consciousness is known. Being conscious of is in the dream, self-consciousness. Or being conscious of sitting on a seat. Being conscious of sitting on a seat arises in the dream.
Everything need to be seen or not?
No, not everything. Nothing needs to be seen. Everything simply is. It doesn't need anything. Everything doesn't have any need. But also everything can arise and appear as a contracted energy that needs something.
Where love playing is nothing and everything. Love.
It's love, unconditional love. All there is everything, all there is unconditional love. Oneness, wholeness, words really. I suppose you could come near to it by saying unconditional love needs nothing, because it's already fulfilled.
It's really just unconditional life. Is it?
Yeah, you could say that. It's like unconditional love. Unconditional marmalade.
So you could say there is seeking happening, there is wanting, liberation happening, there is that how?
Yeah, apparent, but only apparent. All of it is only an appearance, out of nothing.
Why do you say apparently? Why? I mean, are the things not solid? And
No, they're not. No,
They're not?
that is real and unreal. That's nothing cushiony. That is no thing appearing as a cushion. But it isn't no thing up in the heavens deciding to become a cushion. It is nothing. That's nothing. This is nothing. And it appears to be something. For no reason. It's the mystery. You can't work that out. You can't do that. It's not difficult, it's impossible.
But if you say that it can't be understood, how do you know that it is like
I
this?
don't know anything. But when there is no one, then it is obvious that everything is nothing being everything. It's not obvious to anyone. That all there is that, nothing being everything.
Then it becomes obvious that everything is only an appearance.
But not to anyone, unfortunately. It can't be described.
Including abundance.
All there is abundance, you could say. Nothing and everything, empty fullness.
Like going in circles.
Yeah, well, the me
Is,
goes in circles. The me is on a dream bus. There's a thing, Who's Driving the Dream Bus? It's a recent sort of film thing. I like it because it's, when I was a kid, I used to go to, we went to go for a fairground with and in the fairground you can get in a car or on a bus, I don't know, and he's going around in a roundabout, and he's got a steering wheel and brakes and an accelerator. When I was a kid, I was absolutely sure I was driving that. That is the dream of the me. The me is in a dream path. And it goes along thinking it's going in a certain direction. And if it thinks it's not doing too well, then it gets a dream teacher. The dream teacher comes along and teaches it how to drive the vehicle. And how to go fast and slow. Yeah. So the whole thing is just going around in a circle, going nowhere.
In Germany, there's a supermarket chain who have shopping carts that have a section for little children with a little steering wheel.
Yeah.
And every time I'm in there, all the little children are going like
Same thing. It's the same as a dream. The seeker is a child in the dark.
Or perhaps we could use another metaphor that there have been some cases in history that there was a king who thought he was running the country, but it was just ministers doing everything.
Yeah.
He believed he was.
Yeah.
This image.
Gorgeous.
seems to be like a strong instinct, like the grabbing instinct from early childhood to have a steering wheel.
Mm.